Yo, what's good, guys? KosherTech here. So today we got another Chinese case to review. Let's go. This one is from DarkFlash. As you can hear the tone of my voice, I am super duper to the 10th power hyped on this one, guys. All right, so this is the DLX 21 mesh. This is the big brother, big brother of the DLM 21. What was it? The micro ATX case, which is very popular, which I reviewed. I'm gonna have the link in the description below. So this is the big brother. It supports all different types of motherboards. So we have all the way from EATX all the way to ITX Mobos. It comes with a multitude of colors. As from the date of filming this video, this case is only available in 2 colors. All right, we got black and we got white. It comes with 2 different versions, mesh and non-mesh. This is the mesh version. Hopefully soon it will be available, as always, in green and pink. Listen, shout out to DarkFlash. You guys are throwing it down with different colors. I am feeling the green and the pink case. But anyways, let's get to it. So as I mentioned, the front is mesh. It's all white. It's absolutely gorgeous. We have this nice big white mesh. Like I said, this is the big brother DLM 21. Same design, so you're gonna get basically the same thing. Now it's all steel design. We got a magnet over here, bam, sticks. And listen, I gotta say, this is real steel Chinese. All right, real. This is some Chinese steel, man. All right, everything steel frame. Basically, look, magnet sticks, it's steel. It's all Chinese steel. Yeah, I'm feeling this already, man. But anyways, front mesh design, very nice. We do have a dust filter up top. We're going to talk in the radiator supports in just a second. Let's check out the I/O quickly. We have power, we have reset, we have USB type C. All right, so we do have USB type C. We have a USB, we have a headphone, we have mic, USB 3, and we have a LED switch over here. I got to check out exactly what this LED switch is. I am feeling that the front panel, I am feeling that this is basically, the front panel connectors are in the side and not in the front, because when you do mount the radiator, you're not going to see all the wires on the side here. It looks actually a lot better. I'm going to show you guys in a second. For fan supports, you could get basically 120s and 140 fans. So as you can see right here is the 120s, right? From here to here are the 120s. From here to here are the 140s. So it supports 3 140s or 3 120s. Also for radiator support on top and on the back, it supports from 240 all the way to 360. Yes, you could fit a 360 mil rad up top, or you could fit a 360 mid rad in the front. So yeah, so we have from 240 to 360 up top and in the front. We have a beautiful glass window. Look, it takes the whole thing. I am feeling that. We do have the DarkFlash logo, of course, right over there. Now, like I said, tempered the glass design, same thing as the typical DarkFlash. It basically pop it out, and it basically you get the Lamborghini doors. Listen, before you hate on the comments saying, Kosher, this is not how Lamborghini doors open, son. This is how Lamborghini's door open on a gaming case. All right, let's go. Anyways, it's on hinges over here. Very simple design. Now, if you do want to remove it, all you have to do is just take the glass from the bottom and basically just pull it up, and this is going to essentially come out. Very simple. I am feeling that it's on the hinges, and we got Lamborghini doors. Now, before I go inside, let me get her officially naked, and then we're going to do the whole thing inside. Like I said, I am really hyped. And we have a nice magnet essentially here. We have a magnet up here, and we have a magnet in the bottom too. Look, bam. Very nice seal. I got to say, very nice. Same thing in the back over here. We're gonna pop this out, and we do here on the side, we do have ventilation here because you can mount 120 mil fans right over there, which is really nice. Let me actually turn this like this so it's gonna be easier. So you can mount 120 mil fans right over here. Now here we do have a dust filter as well. It is removable. If you guys are liking all that dust filter stuff, you do get the option here. But like I said, let me get her officially naked. Let me remove everything, and then we're gonna essentially talk everything about the case. And I am feeling this for airflow. It looks really nice. I am going to most likely remove the dust filter, so it's going to look a little bit better. But listen, guys, let's go. This is going to be one very exciting review, yo. But anyways, let's get her naked. Let's go. All right, you guys, say it with me now. She officially naked. All right, so we got the front panel over here. It is removable. All you got to do essentially is, like all of them, grab it from the bottom, pull it, bam, you're all set. Now, remember, like I did say, it's a mesh. There's no dust filter, I would say here. But listen, as I always say with these kind of panels, roll up in mama's kitchen, especially when she's not cooking. Get the quick panel in the front, rinse it out, dry it out, put it back in the rig. Voila, no headaches, no problem. Just watch out before mama slaps you over the head, messing in her kitchen with these kind of computer stuff. Anyways, let's keep it moving now. We got a front dust filter. Well, actually, this is the bottom dust filter, right? And it goes all the way in the bottom. We have a dust filter here. This is the top dust filter, which goes up here. Anyways, dust filter's out the way. This is the booklet, user manual guide and whatnot, everything about the case. But anyways, this is her in all her glory and all her beauty. Now, like I did say, you could get 3 fans right over here, 120 or 140. Rad support, we went over that. Let's turn it out here. We do have a GPU. I want to say this is for, so you know, if your GPU is sagging, this quickly essentially fixes this. Now I'm not too sure how I feel about this. I might rock with it, and then I don't know, maybe I'll remove it. But anyways, on the rear, again, same thing. We get support up to 120 and 140 fans. So right here basically are the cutouts, up to EATX all the way down to ITX. Very simple, very nice. I am most likely gonna put a 360 mil rad in the front. The orientation here for push-pull will definitely not work. I kind of see, this is where I think they effed up on this case, is they should have gave us a little more headroom over here. I want to say, instead of giving us this, they should have just maybe like cut it out here so we could have a push-pull orientation. But unfortunately here, it won't be able to basically work. Let's turn it out here. Expansion slots, we get, let's count them right now together. Yo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Yeah, all you Spanish cats, my bad. All right, my bad. But anyways, we get 7. All right, make it easier. We cannot vertically mount it. See, that's also a thing I got to say. Now, for me, vertical mounting, I really don't care about it, but still, give us the option. It's always good to have. This is where, like, what's the point of this? You should have just gave us a vertical option, a mounting option. That would actually be dope, but unfortunately, we don't have it. Let's turn it back. Now, essentially, this is where all the magic happens. Now, for SSD support, we get 2 SSD support. Pretty whack. For a case this size, we could have got easily 4 SSD support. We do have a spinning disk tray out here in the bottom, hot swappable. Pull it, bam, comes out. Now, what I wish they would have done is they would have gave us a SSD support up top here as well, because there's plenty of space here where I could have just plugged in an SSD up top. I mean, technically, you really can just get double-sided tape and then whatnot and just plug it in. You could have essentially put it out here. Spinning disk tray is removable, so we're good on that. We have the DarkFlash logos here. I like that. Now, remember I did say you could mount in the front, right? Here you could put 120 mil fans. Now, just looking at this case, I gotta say, like, think about it, right? If you guys look at it, like, think to yourselves right now, like, yo, what would be messed up here in this case? Because it seems a little too open. Exactly, wire management. Now, I'm not too sure how I'm gonna move with the wire management here, but from the looks out of it, especially here, this is exposed. It's gonna be really tough. Now, what I wish they would have made, right? I didn't build in this yet. I'm just critiquing it from how I'm seeing it. What I wish they would have done here is gave us an option, maybe like make some sort of mounting, mechanism here, like with some sort of steel, and you could remove it. If you want to leave fans here, if you do not want to leave fans here, maybe put that like piece of metal back, like slide it in, and then just put like SSDs in here if you want to rock. You get what I'm saying? Like they could have done something like that to like a bit play with it. But we get hot swappables here for SSD. I mean, that's basically it. And then when you slide it over, one-man operation, how it is. Always bear with me, guys. So the fan orientation, what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to go intake, right? I'm going to put the 2 fans out here. But see, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's too open. I wish they would have gave us an option. But intake, exhaust up top, exhaust in the bottom. Now, the good thing is we actually have, these are actually removable. These are not like one of those, on the DLM21, it's just one-time use, you pop it. So here we actually have screws if you want to, screw them and unscrew them. And the hinges are here. Again, big brother to the DLM21 case. Guys, I'm really stoked for this one. We got a nice, pretty looking build we're about to rock with. We got a bunch of screws here and whatnot here. Let's see if I can take them out. So we get, a bunch of screws, all the screws, microfiber cleaning cloth. They're giving zip ties. Actually, you know what? One thing I did forget to tell you guys. Also, in the sense, look at the zip tie cutouts. We don't get a lot of zip tie cutouts. We get some cutouts over here to the edge, but like for, I don't know, man, for a 24 pin connector, we're gonna route it here most definitely. But see here, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But anyways, let me rock with this case. Let me build in this case, and let's see how it comes out. Let's go. All right, guys, so we are back in it. I do gotta say, it looks absolutely gorgeous, especially we got the the Asia Horse FS9002 fans in there. Looks absolutely beautiful. Now the mesh, listen, man, the mesh, okay, you know, it's Chinese steel. I mean, it does bend, but if you got the fans basically outside the case as I do over here, it's fine. It's not too bad, but you do get, you know, it does go in a bit, but it's not going to damage. You know, it's Chinese steel, man. What do you expect for Chinese steel? Now, I do have a fan over here, and I did remove the GPU sag bracket. I'll tell you guys why in a sec. But anyways, it looks really, really nice, really beautiful with the fans, and I did review these fans. You can see it in the link in the description below. I'll throw a card at, you know, of the fans. But the mesh itself, everything is cut out. It's a nice wide mesh, which is beautiful. Now, also another thing which is pretty cool about the case, they added a dedicated LED button. So if you have these Chinese RGB fans, right, instead of you using the reset button, right, to change the colors, you have a dedicated LED button. Essentially, you don't have to keep on pressing your restart button to basically switch the colors. You have the dedicated LED button. So if you do want to restart the computer, you actually do, you know, you do have that option, which is pretty cool. You don't have to, you know, you're not going to have the case of, in the sense of, you can't restart the computer because it's dedicated for the LED. So in those Chinese RGB hubs where it says basically, you know, reset switch, you can essentially hook up the reset switch to that LED port, LED slot button over there, which is pretty cool. Now let's talk about the inside of the case. Gorgeous. All right, absolutely gorgeous. Look, the fans look beautiful. The cable extensions are the Asia Horse cable extensions, the white ones. Looks absolutely gorgeous. The Lamborghini doors, listen, the Lamborghini doors, all right, look, you call them whatever you want. I call them Lamborghini doors. It's my case, all right, I call them Lamborghini doors. I love, like I said, I did love on the DLM21 mesh, I just love the fact you just pop this out and boom. With the hinge over here, with the hinge design, it basically comes out. Let's take a look inside. All right, one-man operation, so bear with me. Check it out. So I do have a 360 mil AIO in the front. I could have actually mounted up top, but I chose to actually mount it in the front. And I do have two fans basically blowing air inside the case just to give it more airflow, which I love with this case that it comes. Now, check it out, guys. What I want to show you is I'm gonna grab another fan. I'm gonna put the fan right in here, right? So what does this mean? It supports push-pull. So if you want to do push-pull in this case, you got plenty of space. All right, so let's put it even right here. You got plenty of space. So it does support push-pull. The only thing is you got to put the fans, all right, outside here, right, instead of inside. Because if you put them inside, it's not going to do push-pull. So how I have the configuration is I have fans coming in here, right, blowing air in through. Now, if you have another fan added in, right, you can just put it here and you get push-pull, which is going to be dope. Now, one thing with the bracket, I wasn't feeling it. All right, I want to show you guys. Like if I put it over here, right, it's basically, if I turn it, the holes are now lining up. So you see the hole is like right here. It's not lining up. So what that means is I actually have to put it towards the front of the card. You know, I just really don't care for this thing. I mean, it's a good option if you cast thinking your card would be sagging. I really don't care. So I essentially just removed it because I like my cable extensions actually to show, which is going to be beautiful. Now the fans in the front are the easy DIY, basically a knockoff of the FS9002s. So like I said, I do have the air pushing in just to give it more optimum airflow. We are going to talk about the back of the case in just a second. The AIO, like I said, I did put it in the front, but I got to say, man, if you guys put the 360 up top, you guys are actually going to make the case look a bit better, because it's going to hide all those wires up top. You know, that's just a suggestion for me, but I just went in the front. I don't know. I just figured I'll just make it for this case in the review. I'll just make it in the front just to show you guys, you know, the pluses and the minuses of the case. Now another thing, I don't know if you guys can see that as good, but the rubber grommets, there's no grommets in the case, which is whack. The reason being is because it shows everything in the back. I don't like that. I don't like that, but hey, it is what it is. For a $100 case, you know, it is what it is. Same thing, if they could have put grommets up there too, which would have been nice, it would have basically cover the wires, would have been, you know, just look a lot better. Now for card support, this does support all the way through a Strix card. You get plenty of space. So if you basically have all these new RTX cards, you guys are basically good with all these new, you know, 12-inch, foot-long, whatever you want to call them, all cards. So you're basically good in that sense. Now, one big thing they actually messed up in is this space over here. All right, I do like the fact that it's all cut out over here. It's not, you know, a solid piece of steel. They actually put some punch holes on there just to give more airflow, which is nice. But I do gotta say, this is actually a big F up they actually pulled over here. They could have gave us an option for some SSD slots, right? Or even better, check it out. How about an option for some fans? Why not, right? Why not? You could easily mount 2 fans over here, right? Or SSDs. So, DarkFlash, wake up. You should have gave us an option over here. There's plenty of space. We could have made, you know, some holes and put in some fans or some SSDs. Would have been good. Why not? And I said the same thing as I mentioned here. They should have gave us an option here. If we wanted fans installed, we had that option. If not, they could have just, you know, made some sort of mechanism just to have a steel and then put more SSDs. You know, give us that options essentially. But unfortunately, they did not. Now, what I want to do is let's check out the wire management of the case. Before I forget, I do have, oh man, I almost forgot. I do have the Corsair light strips installed. So this case actually does support them, as you guys can see now. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I have them basically all the way up and around. It makes the case light up a lot more. Looks beautiful. Now let's check out some wire management. Let's go. Now the rear, I gotta say, with the cutouts, I'm feeling this. This is absolutely genius. More airflow, better. You know, in most cases you have, if they would have basically gave us this without cutouts over here, it would have been whack, but we actually are getting more airflow here from the punch out, basically cutouts. Now look, wire management, I did my best as absolute possible. Now I don't have any SSDs installed. I have an M.2 basically in the Mobo. Now what I basically did is I just put the Asia Horse hub. I connected what we got here, 9 fans, and just put them in the center, and it closes easy. Now one thing, see, it closes. Now one thing I gotta say, you actually do gotta stuff it. It's not, this is not the best case for cable management, especially if you have fans over here. So essentially what you have to do is you have to basically wire everything, starting, you know, initially thinking of basically putting everything to the right over here. So this area of the case is going to be fairly congested because obviously you can't put any, you can put wires, but you just better be careful so they're not going to go into the fans. But here in the bottom, realistically speaking, you could put a, you know, your spinning disk drives, aka hard drives over here, right in the bottom. Like I said, they could have gave us an SSD mount up top, but unfortunately they didn't. We have the cable extensions here for a 24 pin. If you are going to put cable extensions in this case, in any case, you are going to create more clutter. However, the case is going to look absolutely more beautiful. The dust filter over here is removable. So let's remove it. I'm just going to close it up. I want to show you guys some. With the dust filter essentially covered, this is how it's going to look. I like it without the dust filter. I just have to clean up that wire, but you know, why not? We have the cables running through here. Now, I wish they would have gave us more cable cutouts over here for zip ties, but you know what? They did not. But overall, not a bad case to work with. Could have been better, but still not a bad case to work with. You do want to clean up the 24 pin connector over here like I did, so it's going to basically close a lot easier. But I wanted to give you guys a better understanding of what I meant with the fans mounting in the outside. So as you can see, I removed the front mesh, and I mounted the fans essentially, you know, from the outside of the case. Now the wire management, now how I put the wire from the case, actually though there's a wire there's a hole, that opening that goes right here. As you can see, there's a wire, and essentially that's how I wired all 3 fans. Now, if you don't want to do it this way, right, you could easily just put the fans inside. But if you put the fans inside, the only problem is you're gonna, you know, kind of mess up the the front fans. If you have an AIO in the front, you're kind of gonna mess up the front fan orientation. But what you could do is, like I said, maybe the best thing to do is mount the AIO up top, put the fans if you want inside, or leave them outside the case, whichever orientation you choose to, and have the fans going this way. But yeah, just want to give you guys essentially just a better look, because if you do mount on top, it's gonna, you know, basically hide all the wire clutter. But yeah, so if you do want to install it, if you do got a 360, pop the front, install the fans essentially like this to the rad, and then it's gonna look clean, you know, how I did it. So I went ahead and of course changed the orientation, as you guys could see. So I put a Strix card in here just for the length sake, to show you guys that yes, it's basically a foot long card, does fit. I also installed the mounting bracket to prevent sagging, but I'm not a fan of it. I really am not. It just kills the aesthetic of the case, just having this intrusive piece of metal just being in the case. I'm not a fan. As you can see, it, I suppose it helps with the sag, but again, it's no bueno for me. Also for the fan orientation, I did of course switch the AIO. Now I did put the fans in basic orientation inside the case, because if I would have put them in the outside the case, I would have to screw them in, right? I would have to screw them in inside the case. So that's a kind of flawed design. They're kind of effed up there. Also for the wires, if you are going to go with this orientation, I do not recommend it. Also for the wires, I had to put them, as you can see, from the outside. So not a preferred orientation if you have a 360 mil rad. Now, speaking of the 360 mil, so I did put it up top just to show you guys, yes, it does fit, but again, not an optimal orientation. As you can see, the tubing is basically like, you know, touching the fans, and I couldn't essentially raise them right now. I could have switched it and basically put it there, but it wouldn't go because the tubing would basically be intrusive into the rear exhaust fan. Also, I don't recommend this orientation because when you close the glass, right, it basically kind of like pushes the tubing inside, you know. So again, if you got a 360, best bet is just put it in the front, guys. It'll make things a lot easier. If you have a 240 or 280, it's really your call. You can put it up. I would say put it up top, because then you're gonna have an empty slot there for a fan. So yeah, 240, 280. 240, 280 up top, 360 definitely in the bottom. It's just going to be a proper, you know, essentially a proper orientation. With the Strix card, yes, they will fit. Also for push-pull, you could put another fan here, so you're still going to have enough space. This is a 12-inch card. This is the RX 580. So yeah, I mean, size-wise, you're good on GPU, so don't even worry, guys. But again, make sure, guys, that this orientation, and you see how basically low it is, just, yeah, definitely not. I wish they kind of, you know, yeah, definitely don't. I definitely don't recommend it. Even if I put the fans on the outside, like I said, I would have to screw it in. But yeah, just to give you guys a heads up, you know, essentially this is how it would look. All right, so we got everything up and running. The Asia Horse fans and the Easy DIY fans are basically running at 1500 RPM. So what we're basically getting right now, we're getting the GPU temps at 64 Celsius. We're having the CPU temps at 59. I'm running this now for an hour and 39 minutes. I both have Valley in the background, and I have a Data 64 just basically running as well. Overall, like I said, the temps are really good for this case. What you could also honestly do is, you see, man, this is my big gripe. Again, I gotta say that if you didn't want to add the fans, I just wish, because this is also a good thing for water cooling. So if you could have easily, you could easily water cool in this case too, like basically go custom loop. You know, you could essentially put the RAS over the RAS over there, basically a reservoir. But you know, since the fan orientation, man, I wish they would have gave us more options, and I wish they would have gave us more options here as well. There are some minor, like I said in the beginning of the video, there are some minor gripes, but overall, for $100, you know, Chinese steel design, not too bad. I know it comes with no fans, guys, you know, but still, I really like this case. I really am feeling, and I'm also feeling that we could actually even put in the Corsair LED light strips as well. Just, you know, nice design, good airflow. You know, what else do you honestly need from a case? It gives you basically everything. And I like the fact that it doesn't come with fans. I love this thick mesh. You know, it's wide. It's is dope. I really like this case. I would say, listen, let me know what you guys think about the case. They AIO, if you guys ask, this is the ID Cooling Zoom Flow AIO. This is the white edition. I'm in the process of actually reviewing this AIO. The vid is going to drop. I'll have the link in the description when the vid drops as well. The fans, like I said, you already know what the fans are. I'm going to have both of them in the link in the description below. But overall, a banging case. DarkFlash, I think, hit it out the park. Minor gripes. I hope they fix them. I hope they give us an option here, because it would be sick if we could mount some 120s in the bottom as well. But it is what it is, and some more SSDs. But all right, yo, guys, it is what it is. I'm KosherTech. Let me know what you cats think about the case in the comments below. Do me a favor. If you're already rocking the case, swing by our Discord server to have that link in the description below. Drop some pics of how you guys basically have the orientations on what you guys have in this case. But as always, guys, I'm KosherTech. I'm going to catch you cats next time. Deuces.